As I look out over the congregation this morning, I see faces that are very familiar. I was going to remember things together. If my siblings knew I was standing here talking about remembering, they would laugh. Because Main Street near Hawthorne, about the 3600 block, my mother needed. About 10 minutes later, I thought I would sneak back into the house. But the wonderful thing, isn't it? It's an awesome thing. And the ability that we don't likely appreciate until we can't even know who we are without memory. The possibility of losing our memory is so frightening. An old couple was sitting on a park bench, and he's assuring his wife that he's all right. He says, "I do not have Alzheimer's." Oops, I forgot a moment. And it's no big deal. But if you don't arrive home, entrepreneurs make millions of dollars every year creating and selling calendars, daytimers, planners, software. And it's all designed to keep us on track, to make sure we don't forget those things which are most. Anyone ever use that as a memory crutch? I thought so. Because I could probably tie a clove hitch around my finger. I could put a couple of half hitches around one finger and snug them up. I can't tie a bone. Regarding how well you remember, about who asked you to remember. Then we have to apologize. And then we have to somehow think through in your cognitive, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. And then it goes on talking about how to remember the Sabbath day. Asked us to be sure to remember this service, all the same service. In Luke, he records it as saying, he took the bread, he gave thanks, and he broke it. Gave it to them, saying, this is my body which is given for you. Do this in remembrance. Without him, we would be condemned to eternal death. Is it that we are powerless to do anything that symbolizes his blood? Probably that there is no shedding of blood for our sins. There is no forgiveness for our sins without the shedding of his. He would have washed our feet. Remember that the foot washing is a miniature baptism, that reminding us that Jesus cleanses us from all of our sins. I think he would want us to remember that. I have to ask myself, what will it take to cause us to remember according to the Gospel of Matthew? And I'm going to ask you to do one of two things. I'm going to ask you just to close your eyes for you and me. Now, from the 6th hour, when they heard that, they said, this man must be calling for Elijah. Bottom. The earth quaked. Rocks were split. Graves were opened. Darkness in the middle of the day, 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Jesus, viscous, thin fabric. That's what happened.